Hi there, it's Ethylene X week 6 or 7, I believe. Oh, am I off? Okay, so it was a recovery week because now I'm into the second half, or we'll start the second half next week. So this entire week was made of recovery, so an exercise followed by a stretch, something like the renegade roll or bicep curl, and was followed by a stretch at the end of it. Whew. But I got an extra day off, then had to do today's test, which was the first week's test, the AX-2 400, and I beat my old score by 1 minute. As you can see, it's a workout. But this week shows the importance of recovery because I saw a lot more of my fat being burned and muscle being grown. So as it is, right now I have to work with the idea that some of my own shirts are too tight on me in the upper area, but lower. So I was able in 1 week to cut down and get to the point where now I can see abdominals showing and my lats showing. And this is just the 1 week. And what did I make changes of? You're gonna laugh, but I ate more protein closer to when I was in the gain program, and because of that I'm actually burning more fat and building muscle. Shout out to Muscle Pump. Oh my god, Mind Pump, not Muscle Pump, but it is really worth it. So I'm combining this review with some relaxation, stretch, and recovery exercises because recovery means a lot. And next week, it's the extreme and the extinction week, which is pretty much you just do an exercise, give 30 seconds a break, and then do the exercise again until you hit kink, until you can no longer do 5 more. So this has been a great week. I'm showing great results. I can't wait to jump in. Even when my nutrition may have been garbage because it was recovery week somewhat, I end up recovering it because of how much work I still had to do, and then losing even went down. So I'm 184, where last week I was 186 or 185. You have a good day, everybody. Ethylene X week 7 review. Joint synchronization went well. I beat my old score with 10 penalties. I beat that by only 7 penalties. The idea behind this entire phase was working with different types of weights and with higher repetitions in order for you can be able to lift heavy objects whenever the weight shifts. The same way as if you picked up maybe a sleeping child or a passed out friend, you notice that one half of their body is heavier than the other. Well, in order for you not to tip over, you adjust to it and your body spreads out the weight depending on your muscles. Well, joint synchronization helps and increases the ability with that. Love the crud out of it. Tight as hell out of nothing but very small weights. But it is worth it. Can't wait for the next week. Oh, and on the bright side, well, actually not bright side, let's go at an IT band on my right side, which is contrary to years ago on my left, which means I gotta straighten up them glutes. So I'm about to steal my wife's glutes exercises from her. You have a good one, everybody. Bye. Hello there. It's Ethylene X week 8 review. The theme of this one was strength over time. So a lot of exercises, for example, push-ups, would usually be done like so. Was more of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the purpose of this is, think of what a slingshot or a rubber band, that the more you pull it back, the more power you can get. So if you can hold the tension for a long period of time, you will feel more power in that rubber band or slingshot. Same thing with the exercises. Now, my belief of strength is that can be broken into 4 things. How much you can lift, how long can you move that weight, what direction you can move that weight, and at how fast can you move that weight. And for this strength, it was based off of how long can you hold that weight and at how fast. These things will build your strength incredibly. Just try adding 8 seconds up, 8 seconds down, 8 seconds in either direction. Whatever exercise you're doing, definitely one with weights. If you do it with weights, I advise you to, for God's sakes, cut down that weight. You may be able to move 45 pounds, dumbbells, and lats. But now with the 1, 2, 3, 4, you should drop that weight, in my opinion, down to about 25 or 20. The reason for that is your body will pick up on, oh man, holding this weight is longer, it's harder than it was to just complete that motion. And you will notice that difference. But the beauty of it is that because you're holding heavy weights at such a long period of time, that when you're done, you'll be faster at that exercise, at that movement than you ever have before. It doesn't make sense, but just remember the rubber band example I gave you. You'll pull it back, then you snap it, then you do it again. Then all of a sudden, when you see a target or something you want to hit with that rubber band or slingshot, it's grab, pull, release. Well, before that time under tension, it was grab, pull, release. You build up the muscles, kind of like small work sheets for your entire workout regimen. So add time under tension, and at the end, try a metronome. You can download a free metronome app. When I say that thing will kick your ass, I mean it will kick your ass. You will be like, oh, I can easily do a push-up on the metronome, and then you find out it's that bottom, then top, bottom, top. And do that for about 90 seconds of any exercise. You will feel that at the ultimate test, and God, you will hear the metronome. You can hear metronome in your sleep. When the test was done with the metronome, as soon as it was done, I went and turned off that metronome because God knows I hate that thing. So this week 8X is a fantastic workout. It's got me sweaty and I have you feeling tension where there was probably no tension before. I don't care how good your exercise is, time under tension, we'll test that out. You guys have a good one, and goodbye. Hey, week 10 Athlete AX-2 review. Well, this was a great week for acceleration, which was the theme. I was able to pass my test at the elite level, so I beat my old score, so good for me. All right, the challenging part of this one is that all the exercises will do with an explosive. Usually, whenever you do an exercise, you will go, 1, 2, back in, and 1. Well, with this example, was more of a all the way out, and then 1, 2, 3, all the way out, 1, 2, 3. So you can take any exercise that you do and you can turn explosively. The reason for this is that, have you ever been in this, well, you probably have been in a situation where something heavier than you usually can lift came at you at a fast pace, you caught it and then you pushed it off as fast as you can, or you pushed away from something or pulled something as quick as you can, from your child running into the street to having to grab something that fell, like, oh crap, my glass vase. That's the purpose of this entire training throughout the week, is explosive training. Fantastic. You can add it to any exercise that you do as a great change. Just go for the tempo of all the way up, all the way down, then 1, 2, 3, back to position, out again, 1, 2, 3. You don't even drop the weights, you continue the weights. This will also help build up those fast twitch muscles that's throughout our body, something a lot of people forget. So you could be someone that can lift 100 pounds off the floor, but you slowly lift it up. You want to get to the place where you can yank it off the floor easily, then put it back down and yank it up. Easy to confuse with time under tension, except for this one is for explosive fast twitch fibers, instead of trying to hold a weight for a long time. All right, that was a great review and a great week. Once again, actually I have no compliments or complaints on this entire week. Everything went pretty much well, and the videos explain a lot, combined with Jeff's training partner that he has to show you how to do things. You have a good one, everybody. Week 11 of the Athlete AX-2 program. All right, so we're getting at the end. Next week is the final, and let's say This is the hardest week I've ever had of it. On top of beating my numbers, this entire week is a combination of your sets with no rest in between. For example, think of one day was pull, upper body pull, which was pull-ups followed by cable rolls, followed by upper body push, plyo push-ups, and then followed by chin-ups. And that was just pretty much 10 to failure, 10 to failure, 10 to failure, 10 to failure, and then you got 90 seconds of rest. Fantastic to testing out if you've actually been on point throughout your entire program. At the end of the program was the pass test, which was power, agility, strength, stamina. First exercise was, oh my God, I can't believe that. All right, taking the dumbbell and doing jumps over the dumbbell, two-legged foot jumps over each side. Give you 1 minute, 60 seconds of rest. That's followed by the two-step pile, 1, 2, jump over the dumbbell, 1, 2, jump over the dumbbell, 1, 2, and you would do that for 1 minute. Followed by the strength, which was a bench press, which was your body weight. Mine is 185, so I had to do 185, 10 reps in order to pass that one. Followed by finally the stamina, which was a 2-minute plank. First circuit passed it, but man, was strength killing me. It's been a while since I did a bench press of that size, a very long while. I can almost say about 4 or 5 months. But it was worth it. It was the first one to drop off, followed by my 2-minute planks, followed by the hop over, the 2-foot hop over. And I was able to beat the boss at 16, which is the first time. My last number was 13, so I went up by 3 more than before. And you knew whenever you could only get down to 1 that the test was over. I'm dripping the sweat. I came in early, started early, and I'm about to leave late. AX-2 is a superior shredding program that I will say against anyone else, improving you wherever you may have fallen off from previous programs like bulking. You guys have a great one. See you next week. All right then. Today was the last week, week 12 of AX-2 program, and my final, the X. Now the final test consists of 2, 4, 6, 8 exercises with a minute of burpees in between of them, switching from one side to the other. And each leg of the exercise has 2 compound, about 10 to 20 each one to be finished. So yeah, the test was hard, but I was able to beat my old score, so I completed the X 100%, which I'd never been able to do the last 2 times I went through the AX-2 program. As you can see, I'm dripping in sweat. So let's do a full review of the AX-2 program, shall we? The program is fantastic for muscle building, shredding, and athleticism. Now, compared to the others, the AX-2 will make you more of an athlete. So if you're standing on your feet all day, or you want to get back into shape, you'll find out in the AX-2 program that you get into shape composed of a lot more than what you thought or seen in sports, movies, and action roles. Your balancing, your endurance, your strength, your speed, the ability to grab energy in a short span and control it is also introduced in the AX-2 program. I will definitely, off the top, tell you, go through the AX-1 program first. When you're comfortable and you can pass that puppy above basic, then go to the AX-2, because the AX-2 is going to demand more out of you than the AX-1, but the AX-1 is going to set up the foundation. AX-1 is your elementary, AX-2 is your high school, college levels. You will bulk from this, you will burn fat through this program, So you should take it if you've been already on your feet, you've been athletic for a while, months, even years, and you're looking for a new challenge. With the test ingrained into each one of the weeks to see if you've mastered one of those 12 techniques of fitness will measure your growth, because it's easy to be able to deadlift 300, squat 300, bench press 200, but let's see how you do when we give you a 45-pound dumbbell and tell you to do the same movement you would upstairs, back, forward, and you realize that there will be weaknesses in planes of movement that you've never witnessed before. My weakness was the ability to carry weights for a long period of time and balance, but because of me wanting to beat my own numbers, I had to improve and put in the work outside of the gym, and it paid off in dividends. I'm faster. Even this test wasn't as draining as it was the other 2 times. The first 2 times I did AX-2, when I got to the final and passed, I was dripping in sweat, barely can breathe, barely handle it. But from this round of it, I beat my numbers, I improved my nutrition. This is funny. This is when, for me, I had to actually eat more than I was before. I was going under my maintenance. Now by eating up, I'm going over my maintenance, and my body has places to grab the necessary nutrition, protein, fiber, whole sugars that was correctly needed for my body to do workouts in short spans. You'll clean up everything, you'll check out your nutrition, because to get to the next week, you have to pass this week with, let's say, the equivalent of a C. And you'll notice that C is hard to get. So you'll start hunting down, okay, what did I do wrong? What's going on? And then if you look at my other week videos, I had to repeat a week because there was a serious weakness in that area. But once I passed it, I understood, okay, nutrition needs to be improved. I need to practice some of these movements, body weight variations outside of the gym, and it pays off in dividends. Because now I'm more muscular, I'm toned. I noticed that now, because I took my recovery even more serious, so I sleep 7 to 8 hours no matter what. Took melatonin. Now I'm waking up, getting out of bed like a cartoon character, like, let's get this day started. I'm ready with my music. I cannot recommend the AX-1 and AX-2 programs enough. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you've been playing football, baseball for years. You're in the minors. I guarantee this program will melt you. When you go through the program and you see other professional grade athletes are being dropped, are dripping in sweat, guys who recover from injuries and rebuild are more advanced than some of the people that could be at your gym or yourself. AX-2 will win it. They will shred and drip it, and all of it is necessary if you want to see improvements all over, because losing weight is not enough. Building muscle is not enough. Are you faster? Can you grab energy in a short time? Because it all is useful outside of the gym. Physical labor, staying up, sitting at your own desk, it will improve. Veins will come out more, your abs will work, and you'll learn a lot more about your fitness, because in order to get better at it throughout the week, you have to do more studying in it in order to comprehend, grasp, and achieve whatever that week is begging you to do. So whoever you are, please try the AX-1 and AX-2 programs from Athlean. They're my personal favorites because they find your weaknesses and then they make you improve in it, and giving you way more in weight gains than you have ever seen before. People in the gym can outlift me. People in the gym can outrun me. There's people in the gym that's more agile than me. People who can last longer, but nobody can do all 4 better than I can. That's because the AX programs. I'm now looking forward to, after this, I'm taking a 2 to 3 week break. I'm gonna start pumping out videos of exercises, I believe. And I'm also gonna create a TikTok channel called I Escape the Fat Side. Most of my knowledge is in weight loss and weight maintenance. So I thought I would put that out. And as the rise of the fat acceptance, health, and obesity rate increases, definitely after the pandemic, I feel obligated to give you more of my knowledge so you too can get out. Because take my advice, as one who was 345 pounds, you want out. You want out, and when you get out, and when you get to a 20% body fat, which is pretty much where all the medical sources want you at, where you will actually see, okay, anything I can wear mediums more often, man or woman, and all of that lies behind the AX program and behind weight loss. This program was able, because when I went there the first time, my lowest was 173. Now my lowest is 183, which means I've dropped my fat, but I rolled my muscle count. So I'm there, and I don't feel weakened, tired, or excessively overworked. I do have some overtraining injuries, but those are minor, and I can actually get rid of them with physical therapy and recovery for the next 3 weeks. Because when I return, it's going to be bulk. I want to bulk just so I can get to that size, and then I'm going to take his total body, which will give me brand new newbie gains, because I've never done his total beast, total body workouts before. This is Floyd Pippin saying that the AX-1, AX-2 programs are ideal. You don't know what you're doing in the gym, go to the AX-1. You can trust it. Jeff Cavalier doesn't just know what he's talking about. He's going to outdo everyone else. So this is Floyd Pippin saying, if you have not done these programs, you need to, because you are not as advanced as you think you are, and Jeff is going to show you how. And when you finish the program, when you pass the programs, AX-1, AX-2, you will look in the mirror, you will look at yourself and going, damn, that was underneath it all the entire time? Yeah, it was.